And I'm here on a mission of mercy. Money's out there, you pick it up, it's yours. You don't, I got no sympathy for you. Do I have your attention? Do I have your attention? Put that coffee down. Put that coffee down. That's my name. That's my name.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
Only one thing counts in this life. Get them to sign on the line which is dotted.
What's up, my friends? What's up? Welcome in. It is Monday, January 30th, and this is the weekly Ask Me Any Damn Thing. We're talking about business, sales, marketing, leadership, whatever you want to talk about. We're talking about the book, Shut the Hell Up and Sell. And guys, wherever I am in the world, in the country, I'm doing this. I'm committed to it. So every week, today I'm coming to you from Houston, Texas, at my hotel. That's a pretty dope background. That almost looks fake, doesn't it? Let me know where you guys are at today. Where are you at in the world? What's going on? Are you ready to go this week? Are you as excited as I am for 23 and all the prospects of success here in this week? You know, a lot of people hate Mondays. A lot of people hate Mondays. I have always loved Mondays. And those folks that have worked for me back in the day and even today, they know that Mondays are a big deal for me, because for me, Monday's the beginning of the race. There's nothing more exciting than the beginning of the race. You have nothing but opportunity and potential in front of you. How dope is that? You know, there's that old adage and those cliches about Mondays and how Mondays suck and, you know, and oh God, Mondays. No, man, when you are as excited about business and passionate about sales and being successful, Monday should get you geeked up. Monday should have you ready to go, man, because now, again, it's the beginning of the race. I got nothing but opportunities to kill it in front of me. So hope you guys are as fired up about Monday as I am. This AMA is all for the people. It's all for you guys. So it's my way of doing something every week where I can really connect and help the community live in person, work through some of the things that you need to work through, talk about some of the different concepts in the book, help you get your week started off in a good way. So today I'm going to hop right into last week, a question from last week's AMA from Clint Webb. So a little background on Clint's question. So Clint has recently started a new gig at a really big television station in his neck of the woods. So Clint, hope you're watching live. If you're not watching live, I'll make sure you get to this or you get this. We'll make sure and DM it to you, the link, so that you can watch this and get the answer to your question. So Clint's question was, hey, listen, I'm starting this new gig. How do I talk to, new prospects or new potential prospects? Like, how do I start the conversation? And I love that question. I love it because it's something that really ties into principles and philosophies in the book, and it's something that a lot of you guys are challenged with. Whether it is stepping into a new role, there's been a lot of movement. There's been a lot of movement last year. There's a lot of movement going on right now. So a lot of you are stepping into new gigs, and you're like, okay, cool. I'm in this new gig. Where do I start? And so you start casting like wide nets. So Clint, to answer your question specifically, you have an advantage on a lot of people. Probably don't know it yet, but I'm going to tell you what your advantage is. Your advantage is that you are with a company that's been successful. Okay, they have a large book of business. They've got a long time in business. So the first thing you guys need to do when you're stepping into a new role and thinking about, okay, whether it's a sales leadership or individual contributor, and thinking about, okay, who do I focus on? How do I go after customers? You need to start with the past. You need to start with the past. You have to understand who your company kills it with. You got to understand who your company has had the most success with. Like, who's your true ideal client profile? I talk about this concept in the book. I believe that you take a much more intimate and much more holistic approach to uncovering who your ICP is. Some of you guys will call that avatar. Some of you will call it, basically, it's that customer that you want to focus on. So you start by understanding who you guys serve at the highest level, who you knock it out the park with. If you're just stepping into a role at a new company, I would start by sitting down with my leadership, sitting down with the folks that are in the service groups, account management, and saying, okay, like, who are we killing it with? What do they look like? What sort of business are they in? What's the vertical? What's the title? What's the position? Again, I talk about this in the book. Get as granular as possible. Okay, so okay, Jenny's my person. Jenny, director of IT in supply chain at this size company. That's who we kill it with. That's who our product really knocks out the park with. That's where you start in really understanding the ICP of your company, who that ideal client profile is. Okay, now once you've got that, now you know who to prospect. You've got built-in credibility when you're prospecting. So once you really understand who the ICP is, the actual prospecting piece becomes simple as hell, guys. It becomes mad simple because you already know, because of the work that you've done and the work that you guys do, that you have a high likelihood to be able to serve those types of people. So your conversations when you're doing outreach can be really simple. You can use the implied pitch, which is the implied credibility pitch is basically, hey, I serve X and we've done this for them, and I'd love to have a conversation with you because you're in a similar world. That's what I call the implied approach. It gives you implied credibility because you serve company that's similar to them, and you're using, which is going to ding, ding, ding. It's going to resonate with them. And you're going to mention one of those value props or one of those things that you guys do for them, this other company, which will also ding, ding, ding. It will hit them in the back of their brain that, okay, this person knows what I do. I believe that the key to successful prospecting, whether it's in a situation like with Clint's, where he's just now walking into a brand new job, or with in an existing business, the key to successful prospecting and successful business growth is really understanding holistically who your ICP is and focus on them. Who do you serve? Who do you serve at the highest level? Who do you knock it out the park with? And find more of them. It's a big ass world. You don't have to cast wide nets. A lot of the clients that I work with, when they bring me in, that's their biggest challenge. If you're coming in to talk to me, you're coming to talk to me because you have a challenge in sales. Like, you want business development. How do I grow? And so what they do is they usually start by casting wider nets. So they're casting wider nets, right? Getting new markets, whatever. Casting wider nets and forgetting who they've already have credibility with, who they're already killing it with, or who they've already served in the past. I believe in taking a very different approach to this. So when people bring me in to help them with their business development, the first thing I say is, Okay, who are you killing it with? Like the fastest way to new money is old money. Who did we kill it with? Because we know those businesses. And thanks to technology, we have access to those types of businesses all over the globe, right? So Clint, niche down. I get it. You're in the advertising marketing world. You can technically sell to anybody, right? Anybody wants to do advertising. That doesn't mean you should. If you want to be successful, you should focus on those that you're killing it with. You guys have that track record of doing really, really well and giving them outcomes, good outcomes and good results. All right. Regarding Chat GPT, all right, guys, I'm gonna start getting into some of the comments here. It's kind of getting a little wonky here coming through on the StreamYard platform. So not everything is flying through. So I'm going to try to hop over to some of the platforms directly and see if I can get in here. Okay, so I don't know who this is from because it didn't come through. But the question is in regard to Chat GPT. Do you already do, or do you plan to use it for sales? And if so, how? Great question. All right, here's why it's a great question, because I'm trying to say this diplomatically. We are in a world of overuse of technology in the sense that we are trying to this is not going to make sense, but I want to make it make sense. It's not proper grammar. Technology, or technology, or I'm going to make that up. Technology ourselves into successful sales and solution sales environments. And I think it's flawed. Okay. Now I'm gonna go and tell you what I mean by this, guys. I am a tech guy. This is wonderful tech right here that I'm using to communicate with you all. I've spent 20 plus years in technology, selling technology, B2B products. The flaw in all B2B technology sales products, whether it's Chat GPT or whatever it is, it's not the technology, it's the user of them. So people are using this as either a supplement to real human connection in the solution selling environment, or they're using it to build further disconnection between them and their customer. Okay, so my answer to your question is, I am not using it today. Will I use it in the future? Probably in some way or form, some shape or form, because I believe in leveraging technology. Here's where I differ from so many. I believe in using technology as a means to connect, all right? Using it in an intelligent manner that brings me closer to my customer and not further away, okay? So if I'm using a technology like that to funnel or to build a bridge to real live communication, that's how I use the tech. That's how I recommend that people that want to be successful in using the tech use the tech. So what happens, they spend a shit ton on tech and they don't get results because they're not using it intelligently. Now, that's it. If you're in a transactional sales environment, use those sorts of automation and tech all day just to churn the numbers, right? To hit your KPIs and get your sales coming in. But most of you guys, if you're listening to me, you read my book, you watch the podcast, you come to my events, you're not in the transactional sales world. You are in a solution sales environment. So my recommendation, when it comes to tech like that, use it with the right mindset. Okay. Think about that. Let that be your guide. What I'm about to use and how I'm using it, is it going to bring me closer to my ICP? It's going to bring me closer to a real live connection with my ICP. If you guys have read the book, I'm 190% about solution selling. I'm about building relationships. My book is not about how to become a better seller. It is about how to build a sales business. It's long-term thinking, folks. Long-term. And long-term success is your success long-term is going to come down to the relationships that you build in business. And by relationships, I'm not talking about people that you just go have cocktails with and have some drinks with. No, I'm talking about real relationships built on value and respect, mutual respect. I am bringing something of value to you. You're bringing something of value to me. Those are the best business relationships. All right, let's get some comments out there, guys. What's going on? Where are you at in the world? What's going on with you this week? I am in Houston, Texas today, and had a pretty good weekend. Got to get away and get some family time with my siblings, which is a rarity for us. So we enjoyed that. Let me go ahead and pop over to this other platform again, guys. I'm kind of swapping around on platforms here to make sure I can view comments, because sometimes these platforms, like we use StreamYard for this particular for the AMA, and sometimes everything doesn't flow through the way that you want it to flow through. So I can't really see your comments at the moment. But here's the thing: whether I'm seeing your comments live or not, know this: make them. Make your comments. Put your questions up. All that good stuff. Because if I can't answer it today live, I will answer it next week. Because every week I'm here, noon Eastern Standard Time, and so yeah, just make sure you put your questions in the comments, and like Clint did last week, and I got to his question this week. That is what we're doing. Again, every week, noon Eastern Standard Time. If you haven't checked out the podcast yet, Shut the Hell Up and Sell podcast, please do so. It's fire. We are on episode like 17, and we are hitting the stride, man. Just amazing guest. And just like the book, so it's if you have not read the book, please get the book. It's on Amazon. The book, I like to say, is all cake and no frosting. Okay, no bullshit, like no cake, no frosting. I hate it when you go and I like cakes, I like pastries. You'll know that if you read the book. Nothing's worse than going and buying a cupcake and like you got that much cake and this much frosting on the top, right? It's all just superficial, sugary, just trash. So the book, I like to say, is all cake and no frosting. So not a lot of superficial stuff. It's all about being a guidebook, meaning it's an easy read. It's focused on philosophy and sales, right? Because I want people to understand why to do stuff that I'm telling you to do. Just like what I'm just telling you guys earlier in this conversation, telling you, my philosophy on how to use technology. So as opposed to just saying, hey, listen, guys, use technology like this. I'm saying, this is why. This is what I did. This is how this has been the experience. So this is why I think you should do this. So then when I tell you, hey, use technology to build the connection, you understand, why, and you can relate and connect to that. So that's what we're doing in the book. Anyway, back to the podcast. So the podcast doing some of the same stuff, bringing in guests, and we're talking about philosophy. We're doing philosophy. They're sharing a story. I want a story from their career, a story that taught them something that has formulated their philosophy in sales and business. It's been super powerful and a lot of fun to get to some of these stories. And then we go into practical, specific, pragmatic direction and advice. Again, all cake, no frosting. All right. I want, hey, tell me your philosophy, number one. And number two, give me something that people can take from this and apply to their business immediately. That's what we want. Marlon, that's my guy. Marlon is this week's guest. So Marlon's checking in on LinkedIn. And his episode is one that you absolutely do not want to miss. And if you want a little preview of that, rewind to the beginning of this live when you're watching. If you're watching it live, whatever, go back to the very beginning. There's a little preview of that episode which just dropped. So it's really a good one. So after you go watch that episode and then binge the rest, they're all like 30-ish minutes. So tons of value and nuggets and all of those. So make sure that you're checking in. All right, guys. Again, every week, 30 minutes. This is what I'm doing. Hot and heavy. Then we close it out. So any questions that you have, sales, business, leadership, marketing, challenges, whatever's going on in your world, this is your opportunity every week to ask those of me live. And, I'm happy to share and give whatever little nuggets that I may have. Whether it is live or later, I'm always going to answer. So if it's live, boom, we'll get your answer right now. If it's later, we'll do that. Shout out to all you guys that came out to the Shut the Hell Up and Sell Summit in Atlanta. It was fire. It was really special if you missed it. But I got good news for y'all. All of the speaker videos, my team is working on those right now. So we'll be launching those on the Business and Bourbon platform. So you guys will have the ability to go watch all of those dope speeches. And that'll be launched probably by the end of this week. So what you need to do is go to businessandbourbon.live. Go there, become a member. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. Well, it's free with the exception of now I'm going to make sure to communicate directly to you. So there's that. That's what it is. I push people to businessandbourbon.live because I wanted, this is a business lesson also for you guys. I want to have direct communication with the people that want my message or want to do business with me. So I love social. Okay, again, business lesson. Make sure you're paying attention. I love social. I love it for the reach. I love it for the ability to, connect with so many people in so many different places. What I don't love is that the control of the distribution of my message, the when and where, the who, the how. So if you are either creating content, or you don't even have to be creating content, you need to be thinking about how you can communicate directly to the people that want to get your message, and anything that's in between there, it's not great. Anything that filters that out. So any way that you can get your customers, prospects, friends, all that data to where you can communicate directly to them is super powerful. Here's another reason why it's powerful. Tying back into how we started this whole thing, which was with Clint's question. The fastest way, remember this. The fastest way to new money is old money. Think about that. Think about it. Okay, I'll wait. Okay, why? Because you're a known commodity. We spend so much of the sales process and time in sales just getting past, hey, I'm a good dude. Do business with me. Think about how much energy goes into that. SDRs and BDRs and database and all that to get to the point to where I can say, hey, I'm a good dude. And you'd be like, oh yeah, you're a pretty good dude. With your existing database, your existing relationships, you've already built the credibility. So many of us really don't take advantage of that. We can take advantage of that in many ways. Well, number one, the easiest way is to get more share of wallet from that person, right? But there's the getting more share of wallet. There is their network, which is your extended network through them. Their network of people that do business, do the same type of business, who might be a good prospect for you. You've built credibility with them, which gives you implied credibility with their network. You feel me? So the fastest way to new money is old money. Think about that as you get your prospecting started this week, as you get your business plan started, and you guys are thinking about how do I drive revenue? How do I get new revenue? Most of y'all are just, you're going in the wrong direction. You're like thinking, when you think about getting new revenue, you're thinking about, okay, I need to cover this market. No, what you need to do. We have technology to give us access wherever to people, wherever we want in the globe. So what you need to be thinking about is, one, am I doing the best that I can with my existing relationships? And two, how do I leverage those existing relationships? And again, going back to niching down your focus in terms of who you're trying to sell. These are people that you knock it out the park with, people that you can serve at the highest level. But that's my advice for you guys getting started this week, working on your biz dev. What do we got going on? Randy Anita Rutledge, good to hear from you. believer of old money when it comes to clients. They know me and what I deliver, they get results. Yes. And I'm going to pop that on the screen so you can read that, guys. Believer of old money when it comes to clients. They know me and what I deliver. Yes. 100% correct. But again, I'm putting y'all on next level game. That is the first level. That is the first level. And you can be hugely successful just in that. What I'm telling y'all and I'm putting you guys onto is the next level, which is how to leverage their networks, how to leverage their communities, how to leverage their relationships, because that belief that those folks have in you, that credibility that they have in you, can be transferred to people in their community, in their network. You feel me? So like that gets you past that big part in the first sales process. So think about somebody that like she's saying here that that person that she works with that gets results. Okay, so one of the things I've learned in years of social media and network building and all that is that most people's communities and networks look like them. If you go to one of those people that you do business with, and maybe you have really great, you're delivering the results like she's saying here, and you look at their network, go ahead and deep dive. 60-70% of the people in their network look like them. They're doing some of the same things in the same businesses, same industries. How powerful is that? So you've been delivering results for those people, for your person. Your person knows people that are just like them, that have similar needs, that have similar ambitions, that have similar, business drivers, and you deliver results. So that person now bringing you in or connecting you, and I always like to talk about, and I mentioned this earlier on in the conversation, implied referrals. This is something that I teach. An implied referral is just basically, hey, I know this person that you know, and I'm killing it with them. Can I talk to you? That's it. That person didn't actually have to say anything to them, but the fact that they know each other and there's some really great alignment in terms of the type of business or the type of company or the industry, whatever the position, all that good stuff, gives you an implied referral. It's a really easy way to prospect and have some success in prospecting. Guys, we're about to wrap it up here in a couple minutes. I got to go hop on a plane. I got to go fly up out of here. So let me know your questions. Pop them in the chat. If you are watching this on replay, I appreciate you. Thank you. If you're watching it live, I appreciate you even more because you're giving me both of you guys are honoring me with your time. So I really appreciate that. And thank you. Any questions that you have, you can pop them in the chat and they will be answered next week during my AMA noon Monday, Eastern Standard Time, noon Eastern Standard Time, every single week. This is what we do. I'm a man of the people. I got to serve the people. So that's what I'm going to do. Doesn't matter where I'm at in the world, on the globe, whether it is at home or here in a hotel conference floor area and on the road. Oh, I'll let you guys know really quick where I may be in the world this next couple of weeks. And I'll give you guys updates like that on AMAs too. So like if I'm coming to your city for something, this will be the place to know where I will communicate that. And so we can hang out, or you can come out to the events where I'm speaking at or attending or whatever. I will be at IT Expo here in roughly 2 weeks. Yeah, I'll be at IT Expo in 2 weeks. That is in Fort Lauderdale. So if you are attending IT Expo in Fort Lauderdale, come see your boy. Bring your books. Sign those bad boys for you. I don't think, as of yet, I'm not speaking, but that could change. I don't know. One of you guys may be watching this if you want me to speak on a panel or something. Let me know. If you're at IT Expo, come on out. I'll be there in Fort Lauderdale. That's what's going on. All right. Thank you all for your time again. I appreciate you. Questions, comments, whatever, any way you feel like I can help or be of service to you guys, put them in the chat so we can make sure and focus on what matters most from the book. Think about that. That's another concept from the book. If you haven't read the book yet, I don't know what y'all are doing. Go read the book. I'll give you a little, I will give you guys a little special insight. Audiobook is coming soon, like really soon. So if you're an audiobook person, like I am, I just got to be straight up, guys. I wrote the book for someone like me that doesn't want to read a textbook. So it is a impactful, easy read, but I'm more of an audio guy. So I got lots of audiobooks. And so I had to make sure we got out on audio. And the audio is being read by yours truly. Wouldn't have it any other way. So that's going to be launched soon. Stay tuned. Go to businessandbourbon.live, become a member so you're in the know for everything. That's Business and Bourbon, Ronell, Shut the Hell Up Sell, all that. Like that is the central hub. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a fantastic week and see you next week. Peace out.